the 10th Annual Renewable Energy and Water Summit in Holtville at the Imperial Palms Hotel and Resort at the Barberworth.
We had over almost 300 people here. We definitely met our goals, and then having the Water Foundation and their group that they brought then added to that. So it's now we start planning for what we're going to be doing for the next year is trying to meet these new goals and some of the things we learned from the discussions here today.
California is leading the world when it comes to renewable energy and addressing this conversation about climate change. For us here in Imperial County, we play a very vital role to meeting those goals. California wants to produce 50% of its energy through clean power. It's in Imperial County that we will be able to help meet those objectives. This conference has grown tremendously because of the value and, of course, the location that we're in.
There were a lot of factors, but the one thing that has happened is out of all this, we've created some momentum. So we have a 10-year plan, we have projects that are moving, we have stakeholders that aren't just in the Imperial Valley that know we have to do this and this is important. So I think there's progress.
California is the world leader in climate and renewables. It's not just a world leader, it's the world leader. And Imperial County is so central to what California does. And we don't just export from California avocados and Hollywood movies. We export environmental policy and climate policy. And so what happens here is incredibly important to whether we can achieve California's goals in the long term.
Still pushing policies to make California greener. Green energy is getting cheaper, and it's creating a lot of jobs in our state. So it's been a huge, huge success. We're the leader in the world at reducing our carbon footprint, but at the same time, in doing so, we're creating jobs for Californians and reducing their electricity bills.
On the front end, you really need somebody to lead the charge. And I think IVEDC's done a good job doing that. What we need to do now is to close the deal where this next generation of renewable assets that's developed in California.
And I think that I see a very promising next 10 years. California's made commitments to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions, to expand its renewables. So I actually think Imperial is going to be, again, leading the way for how you bring these things together.
Look, we're excited to be a partner with IVEDC and all of the other entities that support the organization, but I think the raising of the profile of the opportunities that exist out here are led by IVEDC and all of its partners, and so we're very thankful for them to invite us and happy to speak as it relates to the state's perspective on these matters.
I think that we have great opportunities ahead of us, and we're doing what we can to make sure that we're prepared for it. Definitely our county, the IID, over the last 10 years have been doing a better job continually in making sure that we are welcoming people and doing our job to make sure that they can get these projects permitted and built in a timely manner.